now on America's Radio Newsline. Talk about another big story going on is Kerry Harrison. He runs GoHarrison.com and host of Think Green Radio. Harrison, always a pleasure, and we're talking about the Stop Online Piracy Act.
Yeah, and SOPA, which has nothing to do with soap, except you're going to get washed clean of your ability to do anything. We run a 24-hour stream on GoHarrison.com, news, politics, pop culture. That would be affected, and I say that because everybody else who does things similar to that, you suddenly could be arrested for this, theoretically, by Eric Holder, the Attorney General himself, theoretically. And we see AT&T and Verizon, we see Rupert Murdoch with Fox. A lot of people sort of want this thing to happen because what is the end game, James, Jay, and Molly? What is the end game?
One of those there, yeah.
I know it's your last day, so I'm...
We've been called Jolly before, if you just want to put this together.
Yes.
The end game, ultimately, despite all the stuff, all the Hollywood monkey shines of trying to not let you watch or stream or this or that, it's so that we can go back to what you remember as AOL in the late 1990s. The end game is for each cable system and phone company to own their own version of a plug-and-play internet. If you remember AOL back then, that was the internet. If you tried to leave AOL, you got a black screen. Likewise, the same thing. So let's just take Comcast, for instance, a huge cable company. What they would do is have their version of the internet, shopping, chat rooms, everything you know and love about the internet would be done through them, and you could not leave them, all because of copyright infringement, allegedly.
So, Harrison, I mean, is this about control and control of the internet, or is it really about people putting out products that they're not getting paid for? People in the music industry, actors, and they're being uploaded on the internet, and then nobody's getting paid for their services.
Well, there's a little of that, and there always has been. But Apple created iTunes and found the perfect workaround where it was profitable for everyone. Netflix pays fees. These are the big users that most of the humans actually use and pay for. There's always going to be piracy, so it's such a minor issue. But the big move, again, let's say I created a website called happymolly.com. You, Molly, could go after me through the Justice Department because I'm using your name without giving you a piece of the, quote, action. That means everything is now up for debate, and once again, you'll end up with a very small working world owned by a few large companies who will tell you what's allowable. This means your freedom of speech disappears too, because in a simple email to you, to me, theoretically, you could say something in it. You might say, my cleaning lady, Mrs. Warner, and I could say, she's referencing Warner Brothers, and they own all these movies. You see where it goes. That's why people are so upset.
How effective, as we begin to wrap this up here real quick, how effective do you think is going to be? Wikipedia is going to go black, Reddit's going to go black, Google's going to put up a protest banner on its page tomorrow. How effective do you think this protest is going to be?
I think it's huge that way. I think because Wikipedia goes dark, which is nothing more than a huge content wall of everything copyrighted, but it's for free and for fun. They go black, a lot of us are going to feel it, right? Google, thank God, is doing this thing and explaining to people what this ultimately means. Tomorrow is a big day in the Senate. It's a huge day. If there's a tidal wave of outrage from the American public, it is our internet. This is how we talk to each other. If there is a tidal wave, this may not go through.
And you can read more about this at GoHarrison.com, and that is an apt title, Go Harrison. Thanks so much for being with us, Harrison.
If they win, I will go.
Thanks, Harrison. Question.